Well, in defense of the social investment program, we're joined now by Ismail Ahmed, who is Senior Special Assistant to the President's Social Investment Program. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you have heard the comments of the First Lady and a number of people, well, the wife of the President, and a lot of people say that it definitely doesn't sound well for that to come from the President's wife if they say that the social investment program has failed. Do you agree that it has?
No, but I think a lot of people focus on the negatives. I think as an operator, as a person who is an implementing agency, I try to focus whenever there is any criticism or any comment about our program. What I first try to do is to analyze if there are anything that we need to fix first and foremost, as opposed to just defending or trying to be on the defensive. And I think when I read the comments of Her Excellency, the wife of the President, what came out at me in the beginning was the fact that she felt that the program has not achieved its maximum potential in some parts of the country.
And that is correct.
Well, it's a work in progress, and it's something that we're working on. And she also mentioned that perhaps a different method should be used in some cases.
Yes. Which
it's an ongoing conversation even internally, because let me give you an example. Like the trader money, 10,000 Naira beneficiary trader money that we give, we always go to markets and we do it. And I think she mentioned something that has to do with the fact that there are some of our women who are into small trading, but they do not have kiosks or desks in markets that we can go and mine and give them those loans. So we'd have to devise means and methods to either find a way we go to their homes and be able to offer them the services of this 10,000. I think that's a valid argument. That's a valid point. It's something we can do. Now, back to the point of whether or not it has failed. I don't think it has failed per se. And I think the dart of communication that we have not been able to effectively communicate to relevant stakeholders on the issue of what we've been doing.
Including the wife of the President. That's extremely important.
Well, yes, I would probably take personal responsibility for that. But what I'm saying is the facts are sacred. So, for example, let me take the two states that she gave as an example.
Adamawa and Kano.
Kano, which happens to be my state. Adamawa, which happens to be the state where she comes from. In Adamawa alone, we have over 11,000 Empower beneficiaries. Verified. You can go to Adamawa and find out if they're Empower beneficiaries or not. I have gone to Adamawa twice to hold town hall meetings. There's an essay.
She says one local government. So
hold on.
Could it be that all 11,000
No, 11,000 are across all the 21 or 20, I think they have about 21 or 23 local governments, across all over the local governments, all the words, as a matter of fact. And then you have our conditional cash transfer, which I think is the one she's referring to when she spoke about the 5,000 Naira to the poor and the vulnerable. It's in 12 local governments. And these 12 local governments are here. They are verifiable. They are communities.
So how many people?
They are communities. We are giving about 15,000 households right now, because we give it to households, not just individuals. So there's a matrix. And then, look at the communities. Let me give you an example. There's in Girei local government, Angwambura, Angwanyanguru, Badirisa, it's in Gombe, it's in Hong, in Lamurde, Madagali, Michika, Numan, Maiha. These are, and then you can go to communities like Boken, Dalihe, Jamtari in Maiha, Angwan Nupawa, Biri, Gendang in Numang, Angwan Ardo, Dogwa, Kankiliawa, Dambu.
You have mentioned the fact that, yes.
These are just examples. But what I'm saying is that there needs to be more communication from us. There has to be engagement with relevant stakeholders. We welcome criticism. We try to improve as we go along. This is the first time in the history of this country where there's going to be such a monumental project at this scale. And we're doing it. We've just been in it from 2016 to date, 3 years. We have recruited 500,000 unemployed graduates all over the country. We're feeding 9.7 million children in about 60,000 schools all over the country.
While you talk about communication, which is important, but some people will say that if you're doing something, shouldn't we be able to feel it? Why do you need to communicate with her if she feels connected with the grassroots that's supposed to be feeling this? And yet, it seems the report she's getting is that we haven't felt anything here. We haven't seen anything.
Well, I can't answer that, but that's what I'm saying. All you need to do, for example, all you need to do is just drive into Kano and say, you want to have a town hall meeting with beneficiaries of social investment, independently. Do it and see if somebody will turn up or not. Or let there be a problem. Do a 30-minute program in radio and say, anybody that has an issue with either payments or whatever, have a phone call and see how many people would call. Why would anybody complain if the program is not working in the first place? What I'm saying is, like, we understand, and I know that there is a genuine desire on the part of the wife of the president to see that this program succeeds. And she cares a lot for the grassroots. And the people that she knows might not have been affected directly. That is true. And like we said, you know, this 500 billion naira is not as if we are getting it every year. It's a 500 billion naira that has been appropriated for. But the total releases that we have gotten in the 3 years together, which is supposed to be 1.5 trillion so far, is 470 billion. And even at that, we have 500,000 empowered graduates. Verifiable numbers, these are not lies. We have 9.7 million children that we're feeding in 57,000 schools, in 1,054 schools in Adamawa since October 2018. Verifiable, those are not lies.
How do you respond to those? I mean, the guest who just left here said 500 billion naira earmarked for this program is not enough to even move the dial when we're talking about poverty alleviation. How do you respond to those people looking at the program that you advise the president on?
No, I think the president has a ferocious patriotic desire to affect the poor and the vulnerable. Because he's always said that this is the government, the first government that is brought in directly by the people. And every moral government that has any responsibility or iota of morality in it set aside amount of money to take care of those who cannot take care of themselves. 500 billion sounds like a big number outside. Yes, because of the dearth of poor people in this country, it doesn't do, it scratches the surface because of the programs we're running. It's not only cash transfer or trader money. These are N-Power that we're doing for 30,000 across 500,000 unemployed graduates alone. If you take that alone, it's 15 billion naira a month. If you take it at 9.3 million children.
It scratches the surface.
It scratches the surface, but if it keeps going, if we can get our fund releases of the full 500, even at that we don't get the 500, we barely get 170 or 200 billion a year at best. But even if we can get the 500 billion fully and then get it implemented and put it down to the grassroots, I am sure in the next few years, people would feel the impact that it has actually gone down to the grassroots.
It's a fine place to leave it. Ismail Ahmed is Senior Special Assistant to the President's Social Investment Program. Well, I believe the conversation on this can continue online. Please do engage at Sunrise Daily Now on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching this morning. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf.
Oh yes, online and in the hinterland. Well, from all of us in Lagos, goodbye.